Hello again, lovely grade threes and fours. Today we're going to continue with our science. In our first lesson, we talked about living and non living. In our second lesson, we talked about the stages of development of animals and we had a look at animals and plants and how they move through those different stages. Today we're going to look at the life cycles of animals. Our learning intention today is going to be that you understand that animal life cycles follow the stages of development, that you can understand that animal life cycles are diverse. That means that not every animal is the same, and that you can create a life cycle for a chicken. How you're going to know that you've been successful is that you're going to be able to do a talk to the hand to an adult about the stages of a life cycle. And you will draw a chicken's life cycle. Pretty sure that chicken in that picture might need a lesson on chickens' life cycles. So our last lesson we talked about the parts of a life cycle. Animals, they say, have about three. So we have the before they're born, when they're still inside their egg, or as a mammal inside their adult. Just after birth, then we have the juvenile, and then we have the adult. In animal life cycles, the juveniles and the babies do look a little bit different from their parents, but mainly it's just the size and what they look like. It's never anything serious. Unlike our insects that shed their skin, or the butterflies and moths that go through that metamorphosis in their cocoons. Most animals live in either those two states before birth. They're either an egg, where they're outside of the parent's body and they are cared for in a nest or another safe environment, or they're the ones where we keep it on the inside of our body and we grow it inside. And we know that a lot of mammals grow their babies on the inside. And then we have the next group, which is the marsupials, who have their baby born and then they live inside a pouch that's attached to the front of the body until they're ready to be outside of their mum. That little bit of time that the baby spends inside an egg or inside a mum lets them grow all of those pieces that they need to be apart from mum. So their breathing in their lungs, their senses, their ability to digest some food, the way to get their senses online so that they can hear and see. If you have a little search around with mum and dad's support, you can see that there are lots of different ways for a baby to be born. Horse babies get up pretty much straight away, but if you put a human baby on the ground after it's born, it's just going to lay there. I think one of the best stages in any animal's development is that super cute juvenile stage. These are the ones that have lots of really cute names like goslings and kittens and puppies. This is where the animal is learning how to be an adult. So they're learning lots of new skills so that they can go off and be independent and become an adult on their own. And a lot of animals are ready to be an adult really quickly. Humans, on the other hand, take a very long time to be an adult. We go through that really cute baby stage where we need our adults to take care of us. Then we become toddlers and we still need our adults to take care of us, but not quite so quickly. Then we get to our school age and we can go to school and be away from our parents, but we need to go back for a bit of care. And then we become teenagers. And then we become adults. And even as adults, we still grow and change. And then eventually we become seniors, where we start slowing down our bodies again and we stop being able to have babies. Then we get to the adult stage. This means that the animal's finished growing and developing. It's reached its full potential. It's not really going to change a lot except heading into that elderly senior moments. It means that it's able to start having its own babies if it wants to. We're going to do a weeding now. I'm going to get you guys to work along with me and we're going to make a life cycle of a chicken. You guys know about stages of development. Most of you probably seen a chicken before in your life. You need to make sure you've got your home learning journal. You probably need some pencils and you'll need some colours for the last step. First step, we're going to create a bit of a rough circle with the stages of life in it. So at the top, you're going to want your adult because that's where our cycle starts and ends. We're going to write eggs as our next one because that's the one before it's ready to be in the world. We're going to have young at the bottom and then we're going to have juvenile to the side. Next step, we need a title. You can see I've put mine in the middle of my circle and it says chicken life cycle. It could say life cycle of a chicken if you want to be different. And then we need some arrows to connect all the way around our circle. After drawing 4 arrows, I actually liked the one between the young and the juvenile the most. Next is that we're going to draw a picture of each life stage. I cheated and printed mine, and if you want to print yours at home, that's fine. If you want to trace them out of a book, that's fine. If you want to make mum and dad draw them for you, that's fine. If you've got an older brother or sister who draws amazing chickens, go and ask them. Next step is to add some information. I added a little bit of information about each stage, and then I found some cool information about how long each stage lasts. It takes 21 days for the chicken to be in the egg and it takes 3 months for it to go from born to an adult, and I thought that was really interesting and I put my information with each stage. Last step is to use some colours to make it look like something that you'd find on a poster or on the internet or in a science textbook. Have some pride. You've worked hard and you've done a beautiful job.